Welcome all to Odoo Tech. Today we're gonna learn how to create our custom module, and in this we're gonna start with the scratch. I'll show you how to maintain the path, then we're gonna create the manifest file. After that we're gonna create the module, the Python file, XML file, CSV files, whatever the requires. As the session progresses, we're gonna learn all the topics. Basically, to create any custom module, what is most important? First, we have to understand the folder structure of the Odoo. Okay, so let's start with that topic. So I opened my system and I'll open the Odoo folders. The custom, before understanding the custom, we're gonna understand the basic. So I'll open the default Odoo folders. Okay. Now suppose I go to the Odoo default application account. So here you can see there is a n number of folders and the files. So what is most important for us? Let me give you the brief idea. The most important file is the manifest file. Without the manifest file, our module never ever gonna load it on the system. The second important file is init file. Without init file, none of the Python files were linked to our module. Now as we are creating the custom module, so again models are very important folder to define all of our Python files, and there is a view folder to define all of our views, all of our XML files, where we can create form view, tree view, Kanban view, calendar view, menu items, actions we can create in the view. And again the most important is a security folder. Without security we can't able to see our module, or we can't able to see any of our XML file, because in the Odoo 15 we have to give access right to each and every object whatever we create. So whatever we create in the models, we have to write the access file in the security folder. So let me go to, now I'll teach you first how to create a custom path. So first select any specific location. I'll go to the documents and I'm creating one folder as a workspace. Okay. Now whatever the customizing or new modules I'm gonna to create, that I'll gonna make it here. Okay, so let's start with the first ever our module. So I'll gonna create library management. Library underscore management. Library management. Now note down this point everyone, that whenever we are creating any module, so this is our technical name. This is our technical name and this is called as our module name also. Okay, so for this two words we are gonna use. First is our module name and another one is a module's technical name. Okay, this is not for the front end, this is for the coding purpose. So note down, there is some rules. Each and every letter should be in the lower case, and there is only and only as a special character underscore is allowed. No space, no at the rate, no exclamatory signs, no hashtag, no dollar sign, not at all allowed any kind of special characters or the numbers also. What we can do is characters, that's also every character is in lowercase, and to separate two words we're gonna use the underscore. Okay, so I created my first module. Now inside I have to create the files. As I told you, let me open on the another screen. So here I open that again. I go to the Odoo folders and add-ons and open any module. I'll go for a account. So here you can see manifest. I told you manifest and init are most important files. So I'm gonna copy both the files and paste inside my custom module. Okay, now again I'm open my text editor, and in that text editor I gonna open my project. So let me open my project, which is the library management. Now always remember, whenever you are doing coding, make the one folder as default and make your one project. So it is very easy if we are traversing, or if we want to search something in the default code. Okay, now here we can see manifest file. There is a lots of data given in the manifest file. Okay, I'll explain one by one every detail. So first is the comment part. Here the license and copyright things are written by the Odoo. So we are not gonna use that part of Odoo tag. Okay, the copyright details. Then the name thing. Now here what name indicates? It indicates our display metry name, the application name which user going to see. So I'll gonna write library management. Okay, now whenever we are giving any version, so we gonna follow one protocol. It is not compulsory, but if we follow, it will reduce our errors. So I'll gonna write first version, which is my Odoo 15. So I write 15.0.0.first edition. I am doing this for the first time, so that's why 1. If I am going to change something, then I'll gonna make it 2. Now if I got any new requirement in that, then I'll gonna change this one with 1.1 or 1.2 or anything. Okay, and if I got any new module also, parallelly with this module, I'm linking another module. Suppose accounting, I'm linking with the inventory. So I gonna change the indexing here, 0 to here it's a 0, I'll make it 1. But right now it's very fresh, so 15.0.0.first edition. Then the summary, which is the little description about, little idea about our module. So I'll gonna write demo for library management. Okay, and we can give the sequence in the Odoo. On the application side, we can see lots of applications, so we have to give the sequence here, on which sequence it should come. So I'll make it the first one. Then the description part here. Description is nothing but explain detailed idea about our module. So I'm gonna write the description here as a demo custom module of library management by Odoo tag. Okay, now we can put in the category. So basically all the management comes under the one kind of service. So I'll put inside the services. Okay, for the service category name is a services. Here if we have any website related or something, we can give this, but for time being I am not giving this, so I am simply deleting this line. Now another part came is the images. Now in our module, if there is a images are there, suppose we are working with any web based technology or some web, so we need lots of images to create the web pages. So that's why we're gonna include all of our images here. But in our library management, none of the images will come. So I'm gonna simply delete this line also. Then comes the depends, which shows the dependency of the module. Our module depends on which modules. Okay, so we can give base and val. These two modules are very basic in the Odoo. Suppose if we don't have dependency, make sure that you ever write these two modules in each and every module, because it will reduce your errors. Okay, then the data came. Now the data, what data does, whatever the XML files we have, whatever the CSV file we have to include here, so that Odoo will listen that okay, I have to see all of that XML files. But currently we don't have any XML files, so I am removing this details. Always remember, in the previous lines I removed the images completely. Here I am not removing the data. Why? Because in the future I am going to add some details here. Then there is a demo. Now what is the demo do? If we have some demo data, suppose I am creating the library management with one model. Now in that model I want to give some, whenever anyone install that application, at that time some dummy data should come with the module. That's why I am using the demo. Currently we don't have demo, so I am deleting this. Okay, now there is another parameter come called installable. Now our application is installable or not? True. Is it an application? It is also true and false value. So we can say that is it our application or the backend support services or backend support apps. So I am saying that it's my application. Is it auto install? What is the auto install? Now whenever we are creating any new database, at that time our application should install automatically. To define that type of functionality we are using auto install. So it is not auto install, we have to install manually. Then is there any post init hook? It is also very interesting topic, which is the post init hook. Okay, we will cover in some our upcoming videos. So stay tuned with the Odoo tag to learn about Odoo entirely, technically and the functionally also. And if you want this video very early, note down in the comment section below, so we will make the video in that on the important basis. Okay, right now it is not required for us, so I am deleting this. Now there is asset key. Asset is also very important topic. Suppose we want to design something, or we want to introduce some our JavaScript in our module. So at that time we have to include that files inside our asset. So that is also not required for us because we don't have any assets. So you can see in the asset there is a different parameters: web.asset primary variables, web.asset backend, web.asset frontend. So inside the asset also there is a lots of categories where we want to add. As we progresses, we gonna learn that also, how to create a JavaScript, how to create your own widget, how to create the different designs. Okay, so for time being it is not important or not required for us, so we're gonna delete this. Then our license version. So I enter the license version. After that we can enter author. Okay, who is the owner of this application? So it is Odoo tag. And always remember to put comma behind each and everything in our manifest file. Whenever your one thing is completed, put the comma. Here name started, we give the name, then we put the comma. Version started, version is here, comma. summary is there, value of the summary and the comma for the each and every one. Otherwise your module generates the error and no one is able to catch up the error. So here in the init file we have to include all of our Python files. So I am going to simply just delete the file. Right now I don't have any Python file because I don't create any. So let's create the Python file first. For that I again open my folder explorer. Here I created the new folder called models. Now always remember, in the models there is only py files related our module, okay, which we are knowing as models. So whatever our models are there, it is stored in this. Basically what is the model? Python class is Python files, okay. So I can also see in the backend side I got a one folder. So let me create one new file inside. Now inside I have to write my Python code for the library management. Suppose I am making this module to book issue. To issue the book I am creating this module. So first of all I have to write this, okay. So how to write a first model file? So we go on the defaults add-on and again open the models and open any Python file. Here you can see initial encoding is there and then there is a import statements are there. So I'll copy the import statements and paste inside our file. So first one is the Odoo import for API, fields, models and tools. Basically what this do, it will allow to create the model and the different field inside the model. Then it's a CSV exception which is not required for us, okay. Then Odoo exception. In the code if you want to write user error or something, we can write it. And another one important library would be from datetime. Import datetime. Here you can see we got the color index because my from spelling is wrong, okay. Now I am going to create my first class. How to define the class? We again see to the default code. So we are going to use the keyword as class, then the class name and this argument which defines that this is the model. So I'll copy this again and paste inside my file. Now it is for the book issues. So I'm gonna write book issue. Now always remember, whenever we are defining class name, so at that time you are not allowed to give the space as the Python rule. Again we can use the capital letters to define the class. So that's why I use the capital B, book, and issue is another word. So by forget that I use the again I as a capital letter. So that's how you can bifurcate if you have the two words in your class name. So you can bifurcate in such a manner. Now inside the class, first these two fields are necessary which defines our class definition in the coding. So I'll copy that. First one is underscore name. Now we defined the class, but what is the identity of class? It's gonna define by underscore name. So I'm going to give the name as, now my module is library management. So I'm gonna write library dot, and what is my object? I'm going to create book issue. So I'm gonna write book dot issue. Okay, you can give n number of names here, and for bifurcating them you can use the dot. Okay, underscore is not allowed, you have to use dot. I can't write library underscore book issue. I'm gonna write library dot book issue. Again, description is define the what is the use of this object. So I'm gonna write that object, or we will write model for maintaining book issue. Okay, after that we're gonna start defining the field. So today we're gonna learn the definition of normal fields. How we gonna define the normal fields? So first of all we have to think logically. So let me open another file, and here we're gonna list down what kind of fields we can include for book issue. So first would be the issue number. Then now issue number has the type character, because issue number can be issue dash 001, or it can be 001 only also. So we're gonna give the character. Okay, then customer, who is our customer. So basically in the future videos you can see these details. Customer, we can create another object and define the relational field. So again I am saying, stay tuned with the Odoo tag to get the latest update about Odoo in the easy way and the simple language. So right now we are creating the normal fields. I am giving this as also a character field. Again customer also came. After that what we gonna do? We gonna write the issue date, when he is issuing or she is issuing the book. Now in the library always it is showing the date only. Okay, so we make the data type as a date, not the date time. We can make the date time also, but in general we gonna write the date. Now issue is coming, so return is also come. So return date, which is also the date time. Okay, now very important detail, which books we are issuing, right? So I create the one object for book. Now here we can give the book also a relational field, but right now we are seeing the normal field, so I am giving this as a character. Okay, what else we can introduce? Customer contact, which is gonna be integer. What else we can introduce? Customer address, which can be text field. Okay, now in the future we will see wherever we want to define the address for anything, either it's being customer, vendor, any employee, any company. So we will see that design, but right now we make as a test only. Then we can define cost, what is the amount to be paid for taking that book on the issue stage. So that could be float, right? So let's start creating with this much field only. So our first is the issue number. Now here very important thing, issue number we are writing here in the file. So this is the user display, right? This is called the user display. So we have to define some technical name to use inside the Odoo. Now we know wherever we are defining technical name, at that time space is not allowed, capital letters are not allowed to define any field name or any column name or any variable. So I will gonna write issue, I will gonna write name, because it's the issue number is the main field. So name is equals to always fields dot, what is the data type we selected? Character. So we're gonna write char. Okay, and inside we have to do round bracket, opening round bracket and closing round bracket, and inside we're gonna write a one argument as a string, which is gonna be used to display frontier label. So our label would be issue number, so I'm gonna write the string as issue number. Now here note down this point, whenever we are defining any data type, first letter always should be capital. So here I give the C as capital and all other followed letters are in the lower case. Okay, and whenever we are defining any variable name, it is always being in the lower case, and only underscore is allowed to connect to words. Okay, now our second field, which is the customer. So I'll gonna directly write the customer because nothing new is required. So again, customer is equals to fields dot, what is the data type? Character. So I'm gonna write char, and again I'm gonna write string. What is the string for that? Customer. Correct? Now I'll copy that again. How do I copy that? Just be on that line, press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. It will copy in the subline. What is our next field? We can go for first for book. So here what would be our field? Book. And any customer can issue more than one book also at a time. So I'll write the books as a label, not just book. Then we can go for date fields now. First we go for character fields. All the character fields are included. So I'll give a one comment here above. Character field. Okay. Again, now I'll go for a numeric field. Numeric field as a comment. So I'm gonna start with the numeric field. Which is our numeric field? Customer contact. So I'm gonna write the same, customer mobile is equals to fields dot, is the data type? Integer. So I'm gonna write the entire integer, but I is capital. Again making the opening closing round bracket, and we're gonna give the string. So I'll copy from here and paste it here. What is our string? Customer mobile. Okay, and the same thing we gonna do for coast also. So here technical name we are giving the coast only, and display metric also coast, but data type is float. So I'll write capital F L O A T, float. So numeric fields are also completed. Now what came? The date fields. Date field. So inside issue date is equals to fields dot, what is the data type? It's a date. So write date. Again we have to give the string for as a label. And write the string, the issue date. Now our last field is return. That is also with the date type, and label would be return date. And okay, that's pretty much it. We define the file, so we have to save this file. Again, I have to be sure inside my project, inside model, it should be stored. Now it is the issue related details. I'll write the issue.py. Okay, and I can see issue.py inside the model. Now I created the model, so I have to include that file. So for that I have to do the init file inside our model. I'm gonna save this file as a underscore init underscore dot py, which is here. You can see main init file. We can copy this name and also we can give here. Okay, now in this init file, by the Odoo tag, we copy that and we go inside the models. I'll first save everything. There is the one file. Okay, now the data types are not required, so I'm closing this without saving. All other files I'll save it and close the each and every file one by one. Closing my project. Okay, now again I open the model where my py file is. With that there is one init file, so I open that init file and include my file. So from dot import our file name, which is the issue. Always this habit to copy, don't try to write it. Okay, because sometimes because of some spelling mistakes it's not work. So I'll write the issue, but I introduced in the this init file. We have to listen from the main init file. So in the main init file we have to introduce this folder, which is models. So I'm gonna write from dot import and our folder name. Always copy. So right click, new, copy, paste it. Okay, so we got a link from init to this init and then issue. So our file is imported successfully.